is a lifestyle. Sports cards and we live now. Jeremy Lee in the building and every guest that you ever needed. Sports cards after hours keep the hobby heated. Updates, hobby talk like you never seen it. Sports cards live and none could ever beat it. Sports cards is a lifestyle. Sports cards and we live now. Welcome to another episode of Sports Cards Live with your host, Jeremy Lee.
What's up, guys? We are back. It is time for another Sunday night Fanatics Collect Weekly Auction Ending Watch Party here on Sports Cards Live. My name is Jeremy Lee. It is October the 26th, 2025. What is up to Jacob Dahl and Laura? Good evening. What's shaking? Kevin Hawthorne, everybody else who is not yet commenting. What is going on? If you watched Sports Cards Live last night, what an experience that was. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Hello, Linda's first. Good to see you. Good to see you. Well, let's jump in, guys. Gonna try to keep this one to 60 to 90 minutes. 60 to 90 minutes. It's a long range, I know, but we'll see. What's up, Terp? Welcome, welcome. Let's look at some baseball cards. There's lots of great cards again, as always. You know, I'm a broken record saying that. And the Babe Ruth 181 right here. This is such an awesome card, isn't it? When you zoom in, you can see it's got all sorts of that snow effect showing even through the Big League Chew bar here. Corner fold right there. Ding, whatever you want to call it. Not perfectly centered, but you know, when you zoom out, it looks great. From here, it looks awesome, right? You can't even see the snow. It's a PSA 3. I think it's a beauty. Fanatics gave it above average eye appeal. You know, for a 3, doesn't offend me at all. 14 grand on that. It's a beauty. It's a beauty. There's the Mel Ott PSA 4 from the 33 Gaudy. I've never looked at the Mel Ott before as a potential buyer or as someone who is, you know, looking to compare and contrast various copies. So it's a card I'm not that familiar with. Maybe we'll learn a bit about it here now. Zooming in, I do see some blur in the face, and you can see there is a registration issue with the shadow above the hair there. But we'll look at these maybe over time. It's a cool card. I've got to love just the facial expression there of Mel Ott. $12.75 for a PSA 4. 1941 play ball, Ted Williams. Ooh, look at the centering on this. It's not perfect, but it's very nice. Don't even know the grade yet. Let's save the grade for later because I don't really care so much. But top corners are fine. You know, they show some darkness, but that's not so bad. The color looks a little bit light, but he's all there. That's not a bad copy. Some staining on the reverse there. Ooh, some staining there. So what is this, like a 3? Let's see. It's a 5.5. It's a 5.5. It's an older 5.5, so don't know what it would be today, but pretty nice card overall. 2,600 on that one. This exhibits Jackie Robinson with the auto. I mean, I'm not an exhibits guy. I'm not an oversized guy. You know, it's just not what I like, but had to take a look at this. And the autographed Jackie Robinson item is pretty cool. There's the nice ballpoint pen auto. All sorts of issues with the piece itself, which is slabbed as authentic. The auto gets a 9. Like, what's wrong with the autograph that it's only a 9? Is it faded? It looks good to me. Don't know why that's a 9. Some paper loss on the bottom, but this is about the autograph. You know, there's some damage on the back top there too. This is about that autograph, which I'm wondering why it's a 9. I just, you know, it's impossible to understand PSA grading, autograph grading standards. But it's a kind of a cool piece. No, I don't mind that at all. Not that I'd own it, but I don't mind it if I would. 48 Leaf Stan Musial rookie. This is high up on my want list right now, this card. I'm just waiting for the right copy at the right time at the right price. This wouldn't be the one for me. Too much, just too much business going on here in the black name bar. And then, of course, this white shadow off to the left of his face here is really it's got registration issues all over that you can see. You know, this black line is floating in the middle of the blue background there. You got the white coming past the black, which should be the border of the jersey there. You see the white coming past it. Beyond it, the yellow here isn't really matched up. You zoom out, it's a decent card. I've fallen in love with this card, the 48 Musial, 49 as some people call it. And I'm gonna add one day. We'll see when. I don't know, but this is a 3 at 1800. Nothing wrong with that. Here's the 48 Leaf Ted Williams SGC 5. Such an iconic card in my mind. 3,500 here for the SGC 5. Also on I need these two, and then my 48 flight is complete. Here's some 52 and 53 tops. Jackie Robinson, PSA 3. Mickey Mantle, PSA 1. And I just wanted to, I haven't even looked at this yet, but I thought it's a 1, and it looked good from afar. Haven't zoomed in yet, but let's see. Okay, all sorts of creases going on all the way through the ball cap, right by his ear and his neck there. The bulk of his face looks good, but even the underside of the cap, you can see some cracking from the creasing. But other than that, it's well centered. It's got good color, decent edges and corners. It's really all about the creasing. So that's a nice card as far as the 53 Mantle goes. And I think the above average eye appeal makes a ton of sense. 2,100 on that one. I think there's a couple. Oh, we're looking at one of the Satchel pages. This is the 5.5 with exceptional eye appeal. That's lofty. But it does look, look at the red. It's beautiful. It's not perfect. It rarely is, but it's very nice, very strong. The red border section. I'm seeing some registration issue. Like you shouldn't see this fuzzy line coming inside the yellow. You shouldn't see this, what is skin tone coming onto the red. So, you know how much of a stickler I am for registration. But it's still a great card. I mean, it's not like that wouldn't be a deal breaker for me at all. 2,300 on that one. Beauty. Couple of high grade 55s with the wood grain. We've got the Ernie Banks and the Yogi Berra, both PSA 9s, both pop 5s, none higher, you guys. Come on, that's crazy. These are going to go good if they're already going good. So there you go. They're old slabs. They're very old slabs, right? So let's see what we think. Oh, see, this has all sorts of weird chipping across the top. This would not, just that alone. And the centering, it's off right to left. I just can't see this being a 9 anymore with that amount of chipping across the top. Some weird print defect on the surface there as well. Back looks decent. What's this black line coming down there though? What is that black line? Is anyone familiar with this issue? And do you know what this black line is coming? It's hard to see maybe, but there's this black line coming down just a section of the border there, which I don't like. I mean, it's on the back, so it's not as important to most people, including myself, but still, that was something that I would notice. So, I just have to wonder, listen, you're a set registry chaser doing 55 Bowman, maybe during the Banks run, you need this card, but I don't know. Not a fan. I think it's got some tilt as well. And how about the Yogi? Let's have a look at the old Yogi Berra here. Look how good he looks there. Oh, I love Yogi Berra. So seeing some of that similar, although this might just be fray. That might just be fray coming off the top on the Berra. I'm going to go back and look at the Banks again. Some surface issues right there, though. I mean, that's not great. You got, the minor, that's not fray on the bottom. That's not fray. That is minor chipping along the bottom border. But the top border, just to be sure, I think the top border is fray. I can see a nice solid wood grain line there. Let's go back to the Banks for a second, guys. I want to make sure I'm looking at this properly. Yeah, that's chipping. That's not fray. That's not fray. It's like rough cut / chipping. Look at this top corner. This is, guys, there's no way this is not it's not like any of you guys are buying this right now. Maybe you are, but if you are, just know that you're buying an overgraded card. It's an absolute imposter. This is not a 9. But, grading standards change, and this one was graded a long time ago. So I'd say the Bear is a better condition card because the fray is not as offensive. Let's see, missing. No, it doesn't have that black line on the back here. So the Barra, I'd say, is a lot closer to a 9 than the Banks. The Banks is certainly overgraded at this point. How about the Sandy Koufax PSA 6 rookie card? Let's take a look at this guy. Yeah, big top border. You know, still pretty high. I just love this card. This is a 6 sitting right now at $3,000. I'm gonna get to the bottom of the page, and I'm gonna come to your comments, guys. The reason why I'm hesitating right now is I just caught a glimpse of Turpinforce's comment, and I thought it says, "Yeah, dark borders are so fragile," but just from the corner, I thought it said dork. I'm like, someone call me a dork? It said dark. 57 tops, Ted Williams, which, you know, I love 57 tops, and this is a well-centered SGC 5. Although, I don't know, it's weird. Something about the shape of it is throwing me off right now. Maybe it's got a little bit of clockwise tilt on the left. I'm not sure. Something about this is awkward to me, and I can't quite put my finger on it. If any of you guys can, let me know. Card number 1 for Ted Williams. Fanatics gives it above average eye appeal, which I think from a centering perspective makes sense. Look at this glow coming off his chin here, right? Like that's a registration problem. You see the green coming down the left side as well of the image into the border, and then you see the magenta coming off the right. So yeah, I don't love that, but you zoom out, I can still see the green. The focus makes it a little bit better. I'm just not sure. Something about the shape is awkward to me. It could just be my sight right now. 1970 tops, Reggie Jackson, PSA 8. Now, when I was going through the auction, I looked at this card. I have this thing about, like, I like second year cards. I can't say why, I just do. And this is a second year Reggie, and I was thinking to myself, you know, going to start to add more non-rookie year cards of players that I like to collect, and Reggie's one of them. And this card at first, you're like, it's so plain, but it's just grown on me over time. This specific Reggie, it's a PSA 8 400. I might hold out for a better centered copy. I mean, this one's not bad, but that's what I might do. Like the 75 tops Johnny Bench, PSA 9. This looked like an absolute blazer to me when I first looked at it, but let's have a quick zoom. And again, guys, I'm looking at cards that I want to look at. So hopefully you guys enjoy some of them. It's well centered. The Johnny Bench, it's not a second year card, of course. Obviously not a rookie, but it's from 75, which is such a cool year. And Johnny Bench, I mean, I got to shake his hand a few years ago. It was that hand of his that I shook, his right hand. His right hand's about as big as my head. The man, he's got mitts of an absolute beast. He is a beast of a man. Really cool card right there. The Bench, 420 for a PSA 9, which makes me wonder, what's the pop on something like this? I want to know. I want to know the population. So I'm going to go. Let's go check that out, guys. Let's go check out the here. Hold on a second. Let me just get Card Ladder going here. Sales history. Okay, let's just paste that in. I'll bring that over right to here. And let's do PSA. And then it'll give us, oh, there's a Gem 10 sold for 15 grand just 2 days ago. Isn't that interesting? So there's 290 PSA 9s and 13 PSA 10s. That's out of 4,200. 13 PSA 10s out of 4,267, and even 290. Like there's, you know, if you're getting a 9 or a 10 in this, you know, 7th year Johnny Bench or whatever it is, you're getting one of the like top 7%, 8%. Like 300 out of 4,267 in PSA and 5,433 total. I like on the Card Ladder Pop Report that they give you all the companies in one screen like that. It's just so awesome. So helpful when you want to understand all grading company population, not just one, which I think is an important way to look at things. 420 on that. What else we got here? finest embossed die cut refractor of Tony Gwynn, PSA 10 Pop 7 from 1997. Great card. And a 97 Pinnacle totally certified platinum gold Griffey out of 30 PSA 10 Pop 5, 8750. That's a huge card. Like, not in size, guys. These are all 2.5 by 3.5. Yeah, this is just a great card. It's a huge card. I love it. Griffey, first year Upper Deck game jersey, 1997 at 2,900 BGS 9. I'm going to give you a quick tip on these cards, guys. In terms of condition, when you're looking at this card, we often look at the corners, you know, the centering, right? There's you always right here on these jersey, whatever sport it's from, you want to look at this section right here where I'm circling with my mouse, and then also on the other side as well. Because what happens is this is like a multi-layer card, and there's actually like a layer. This is like a corner here almost. And when people put these cards into sleeves back in the day, it was very easy to catch this corner on that sleeve. You know, you could have a lot more control not catching the corner, not catching this corner on the sleeve, the bottom. But as you come up, it's harder to care for this corner and the one on the other side. So if you're ever looking at these cards raw, have a look at don't forget to look at this part of the card. It's kind of, I think that can go undetected, or just people like kind of gloss over it. So be careful there. On this card, they look great. So no worries on that Griffey. Frank Thomas, Circa Thunder Super Rave out of only 25 copies. BGS 9, Pop 1, none higher. There's probably a few PSAs out there at 1275. I think that's a great card. Mark McGuire, Essential Credentials, PSA 9. I don't even know, how does the hobby feel about Mark McGuire nowadays? You know, he's kind of got caught up in the steroid era and all that, but this is still a great card. 3100. Metal Universe Lynchpins Griffey, PSA 9 at 1375. I think there's 2 of those. Yep, there's 2 of those in the auction. They're both at 1375. And here's a StarQuest Gold Barry Bonds, PSA 7 out of 100, Pop 2, none higher. So many great Bonds cards going through Fanatics over the past couple months. It feels like maybe in the last 3 or 4 months, it feels like we're talking about Bonds a lot on the Sunday night show here. And I don't know that we've seen a ton of StarQuest Golds, but they're pretty cool. They're nice. I recently acquired a hockey one, a Theron Fleury, and you know, just as I spend time looking at it, I realized they're nicer than I even thought. And I've seen them before, but I guess they're growing on me a bit more. So the Barry Bonds StarQuest Gold here is what's available tonight. And then beside it, Upper Deck MVP Superscript Griffey Jr. out of 25 copies from 1999, BGS 9. Look at this image too. What a great pick. Like, he looks so young there as well. Holding up the trophy. MVP, I believe. Oh, All-Star. This is like an All-Star game. Was that All-Star? It must have been the All-Star game MVP. But there it is, 16 to 25. Super rare Griffey card from 1999, from a very common product as well, being MVP. So, you know, those can oftentimes just get lost in the shuffle. Oh, we'll finish. Only 3 more baseball cards. Oh, this will be easy. Then I'm going to go to comments. Chip. Okay, this one I think is really cheap right now, and I don't know why. Chipper Jones, 2003 Essential Credentials. Now, maybe it's not because it's not a 90s credentials. It's a 2000s, but it's out of 8. And it's a really cool design. And I mean, Ichiro's got a great card in this set. Now, I want to look at more copies, but is this supposed to be... Is that shadow coming off his head supposed to be so... Is this supposed to be offset to that degree? I don't know. I'm not sure. You can see all sorts of weirdness going on here. I'm not sure. Have to look at other copies, but this is a PSA 8. And if I was a buyer on this tonight, I would research some other copies and just see, is this card constructed the way it was intended to? Is this 2 layers of these blue? Is that supposed to be like the back of the card, or is that supposed to be like, is that supposed to be there, that offset? I'm just not sure. So confirm that if you're a buyer on this card. And it might not matter. There's only 8 of them. It's only 8 of them, guys. So it might not even matter. 1375 on that. I love this card. Absolutely love this. I mean, I don't know if I'll ever own a 52 Topps mantle, and to be honest, it's not super high on my priority list. I I'd have to look at my actual list. I don't think I even have a 52 tops mantle on my list of cards that I'm going to plan to pursue. Not that I wouldn't. It's like, it's probably not on it because I just figure I'll never get it. But that doesn't mean I won't. However, this is a beautiful rendition of it. I love the gold refractor. The colors are great. It's beautiful. This is beautiful. It's out of 52 copies. It's a pop 4, 2 higher at PSA 9 at 1450. Yeah, if I was frivolous, I'd buy this card for sure. I love it. What a beauty. And then Shohei, Topps Heritage Real One Red Ink, rookie auto out of 69 is at $70,000. This is a card for the premier auction, but we see huge cards in the weekly as well. So some beautiful baseball cards going off. We'll leave that right there. And I'm going to go to the comments now. What's up, Terp? Gennady, good evening to you. Thanks for joining. Terp says, I wonder who is the artist of the vintage images. I know, right? The Currency Project, back in business. What's going on, guys? Good to see you. Professor Jake Dahl, yeah, that black line, part of another card, which means miscut. So how could it be a 9, right, if it's a miscut? That earns the MC designation. At least, it should. It should from PSA or at least OC, something like that. But that's why I wonder what that is. Yeah, I wonder what that is. Says it could be ink. Could be. Hello, Jeff McMahon. Good to see you. Terp says the edge was probably okay when it was originally slabbed. It just lost its edge over the years moving around. So what we're talking about there is this Ernie Banks here? I believe you're talking about this one, right, Terp, where we just can see that there's all sorts of little rough cut chipping sort of thing coming out. And I wouldn't pick on that, except that it's graded a 9. And a 9 cannot have a corner like this. 8s can barely have corners like this anymore. I know from talking to PSA about a Gretzky rookie I once submitted, or I forget exactly what it was, but it was a PSA 8 Gretzky rookie that I thought might be able to be an 8.5. And the reason they gave me that it wasn't was because the one corner looked like this, but this one's a 9. So that's what that's about. 75 grades hard. Yes, they do. Len says, what was the first year patch cards started? Do you mean, well, it depends what you mean by patch cards, Len. Do you mean like patches, like logo patches, or do you mean jersey cards? Either way, it may not be a different. 1996 were the first jersey cards, and they came out in hockey. And then I think in 97, you see baseball and basketball. I think that's the way it goes. I agree. Terp steroid era players hardly get the love that they deserve. Len says StarQuest Gold, the price of gold, literally. Absolutely, Len. What's up, Mollico? Brett, good day again. Good day. Okay, Len, yeah, jersey. 1996, as far as I know, were the first jersey cards, and they were hockey. And then the next, the next production, you had baseball and basketball and football as well. I think football's 97 as well. All right, let's have a look now at some basketball cards, guys. And we'll scroll right to the top here. A trio of 61 Fleers. Yeah, just the 3 of them. We got the Bill Russell, the only non-rookie we're looking at. It's a PSA 7. It's very nice. It's centered a little bit low, but side to side look good. It's an old 7. The card itself is sitting in the holder on an angle, so I'm trying not to let that fool me into thinking there's any tilt going on, and I don't think there is. Nice solid green and blue backgrounds. The orange and Bill Russell looks good. This is a great card. I mean, this is, from what I can see here, like the borders are nice. They're a little rough cut. Bottom right corner is not perfect. Reverse looks nice. Yeah, I think this is great. For me, this is a wonderful 7. And it's an old slab too. So I like it. I like this copy. 1775, the Jerry West PSA 6. Oh no, I was like, holy crow. I should go. This is perfect for me. Look at the centering on this. I'm like, whatever the problem is wouldn't bother me. And then I saw it. Yep. It's got some sort of ink line right through it. Print line right through the card there. that takes me completely out of the game. But I mean, that other than that, this card is beautiful. Absolutely. Wow, what a great card. Except for that, is there another print line? There's another one right there too. Look at that, right through it. So not a card for me, but that's still outside of that. That card's awesome, huh? What a great copy. And how about the Wilt? Wilt the Stilt, 9 miscut because the top of the card is not completely there. But they gave it a 9 still. And look at the centering even. It's got tilt, minor clockwise tilt, print defect, slight registration issue. And they gave it a 9. Yeah, well, the back is nice. The back's nice. I mean, it's got some snow effect. 7,500. Wow. Wow. I got, just seems high to me for a copy that is this poorly produced. But hey, it's the way it came out of the pack. And someone reached out to me the other day and said, I don't really care about centering or registration. I care about edges and corners. I want it as it came out of the pack. I said, hey, fair approach. Not for me, but fair approach. Fair approach. Here's the Maravich PSA 5. I pick on this card for whatever reason. I know why, because the PSA 10 sold for $300,000 and 8 sell for $3,000. And, anyway, this copy, I just wanted to look at a bit fuzzy, blurry, but not bad. Some PD, print defect, this black, excess ink. But if you zoom out, the centering looks amazing on this card. It's a 5. Off center on the reverse. It's a pretty nice 5, though, guys. Like, if you're looking for a mid-grade, high eye appeal copy, and it's recently graded, which tells me that this could easily have been a 7, a few years ago. So I think it's a great $380. Come on. Now, if you do oversized cards, which most of you do, grab this one. I love it. I think it's awesome. I'm going to go for a 71 Maravich for my collection one day versus a 70, but that's cheap too. My full endorsement on that card. 81 Topps basketball, Dr. J, Julius Erving. I talk about flight collecting. It's my thing, and from 81 Topps basketball, I've got the Magic. I almost bought a bird in Calgary at the Calgary show last weekend. I didn't, or 2 weekends ago. Last weekend. And then there's also the Kareem, and then there's the Julius Erving, and this would be it. I don't need a 10, but this is such a cool card. Yeah, I would definitely add this card to my collection. 1850 on the PSA 10, Dr. J. Here's a PSA 8 Meltdown MJ. PSA 8 MJs are kind of up my alley. That's the arena I'm playing in, but they have to be really nice. And this one, I just don't like that top right corner. But this card is beautiful in hand. Like, even the bottom right corner doesn't bother me. You can see a little bit of white there. You can see a little bit of white on the bottom left corner, but not to the point where it bothers me. But it's just more pronounced up there on the top right. The reverse, it's got this cracking coming down the right side. Look at that. Bottom corner. Yeah, it's a tough card. It's a tough card condition-wise with that foil surface. 875 on that one. Here's a Skybox Premium Rubies Kobe Bryant Rookie PSA 10 for $6,750. It's not a card that I really have looked at before, but I'm now curious. What is the population? Let's go to Card Ladder and paste that in there, which should also give us some comp information as well. So this is a PSA 1096. There's the card in a PSA 6 that just sold 3 days ago for $610. Here's a 9 that just sold 4 or 5 days ago for $17.99. Let's take a look at the pop. Only 13 PSA 10s, guys. Only 13 PSA 10. Oh, wrong card. Sorry. Okay. You guys please don't laugh at me for that. Please don't laugh at me. Let's go this way. Here we go. 21. Only 21 PSA 10s, guys. Only 21 PSA 10s. 55 9s. It's cool. It's got the ruby foil, but it's an unnumbered ruby. Still cool. Here's a card I want to own. I think I want to own one of these because I'm not a fan of the Star 101, the original 84 Star 101, but I am a fan of the 96 refractor because it's just so much nicer than the actual. The borders are huge though on this, but that's okay. I mean, it's so nice. I like how they stayed true to the back as well. It says refractor right over there. And look at this, like you see 1980, you see 1984, 83. It's only in this fine print here that you see original reproduction, 1996 reprint 24 of 50. Card number 24, not numbered out of 50. Card number 24. So this is an SGC 8 at 9 1/4. You probably get this at a discount tonight, guys, because it's in an SGC holder. So yeah, that's a great. I love it. I love it. I want to get that and then the Blast from the Past refractor Gretzky and put those together. Here's the full court trap. PSA 9s at $4,400 for the full court trap. You know, I have a PSA 8 I picked up at the National. Love it. Love this card. Enjoy it if you buy it. Here's a Kobe Platinum Metal Universe Planet Metal PSA 9 at $600. Shaquille O'Neal Platinum Portraits PSA 9 at $19.75. It's a great card. I used to own this exact, well, not this exact copy. Maybe it was, but I used to own this card in a PSA 9 as well. I bought it for $1,500. I bought it for $1,500 off of Michael Coleman. If you guys know Coleman from Coleman Cards. And I sold it back to Coleman, I think for the exact same price, like 2 years later. Ray Allen, Essential Credentials Future out of 48. PSA 6 here at $16.75. I just noticed this little white, little issue right there by his head. Still got it. Oh, sorry, not an 8. It's a 6. I was thinking it's a 6, not an 8. So that makes a lot more sense. So nicely done by PSA there to, I would say, appropriately grade the card. We talked about the competitive advantage last week. It was an MJ. Here's the Kobe PSA 10 competitive advantage at 14 1/4. I want to see the pop on this. So we're just going to do that. Copy that card ladder, close out of the Kobe rookie here, paste it into the top. And let's see what we find. Oh, I should get PSA in there. Okay. $15.90 for a 9 just sold. And there's 49 10s and 143 9s out of a total. Wait a second. This is Kobe, not MJ. Why is it bringing up MJ? We want Kobe. I messed that up. Sorry, guys. That's MJ too, isn't it? Did I not? I bet I didn't even take his name. Ah, silly me. Kobe. I missed the player's name. All right, here we go. 32 10s and 104 9s out of 235 total. So this card is a pop 32. It's about a 15% or so gem rate from in PSA. Cool card, 14 1/4. And Card Ladder has it at 27.10 there, which I think is the last sale versus I think that's the last sale versus being the CL value. But neat card. Here's the Michael Jordan Ultra Star Power Supreme BGS 8.5 at 3,600. I do love this card. The one thing you got to watch out for, guys, is all this neat foiling. Always look in this streak here, like this shooting star kind of area. Make sure that this is intact. Same thing down here at the bottom. And then all these little elliptical things here. I always forget what we call these. Big Bang Theory looking things. Make sure that these, look, there's a bit, this is a bit of a mess in here, you know? I see scratches everywhere as well. I don't know if that's on the card or on the slab, but seeing scratches, many scratches. It's an 8.5. Surface is an 8.5. So are corners and edges, centering a 9.5. It's still a cool card. It's a tough card, 3,600. And I love the card. Shaquille O'Neal, Bowman's Best, Atomic Refractor out of 50. PSA 8 at 1150. Again, I wish I could just be spending 20 grand every week here on Fanatics Collect, and I would definitely be buying this card. I love it. And even graded an 8, I don't see anything wrong with it. And now, of course, look at that 8 of 50. Oh, I love this card. I don't see anything wrong with it. Of course, we are limited in what we can see here. on the screen. So there's probably something in the surface or something to bring this down from a 10 to an 8, but what a great looking card. Oh, I love it. Kobe's jersey number 8/50. That's at 1150 here. Speaking of Kobe, there's his Duncan Go Nuts PSA 9 at 4,800. Here's his essential credentials from 1998, the future out of 81 at $11,000 in a PSA 8. And here's a David Robinson Star Rubies out of 50 from 1998 at 1675. This is like, it's kind of nice, but it's also kind of looks like a horror movie. I don't know, like something about it just looks scary. Yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure I really like the looks of this particular Rubies card. Apparitions, Shaquille O'Neal out of 100. It's a refractor, 3,700, pop 6. Yeah, I'd be buying this Shaq, the round ball royalty out of PSA 10. I'd be buying the atomic right here. I'd even pick up the replace and get another platinum portraits. I'd buy this Star 101. Yeah, I'd buy the Julius. Maybe even the Merit. No, not the Merit, I don't do oversized. MJ StarQuest Green. We talked about the gold bonds earlier. Here's the green MJ. This is a PSA 10. Another situation where I want to know the population. Let's make sure we get his name this time. Back to card ladder. Paste it in there. Type in PSA and just see what the pop is on this guy. 24 PSA 10s and 139s. Pop 24. That's pretty low. That's pretty low for a Michael Jordan PSA 10. Very recently graded. That seems like a steal. I mean, we see pop 40 PSA 10s going for 20 grand. How is this pop 24 doing 2,100? I don't know, guys. That might be. This is not investment advice, but please. But I see that as a potential opportunity. Kobe Bryant, exceptional blue out of 250, PSA 8 at 11.25. These are very much like Jambalayas. Here's the Fleer Platinum Anniversary. Kobe at a 201. It's a pop 12, PSA 10, 1,075. I mean, these are kind of cool the way they really stayed true to the originals. We looked at the Jerry West and the Bill Russell and the Wilt earlier. So you have those cards. You can pair them up with these. Get yourself the Kobe and the MJ from the anniversary edition. Really cool card. And it seems cheap to me at 1,075 right now. Topps Chrome Refractor MJ 2001 Wizards card, PSA 9 at 675. I love this card. I probably say that every time we see it. Something about it I just really like. The color match. Even the excessive amount of floor that is portrayed and featured on this card. I just like it. I like the looks of it. All right. And that's page 1 of basketball. So let's go to page 2. We're making good time here. Some memorabilia pieces here. Kobe Bryant Upper Deck jersey patch, PSA 7, $1,525. It's a pop 1, none higher, recently graded. This is awesome. Like this is like a flagship Upper Deck card. Look at the great image of Kobe. Great piece of game used memorabilia right there. Worn by, it says right here, worn by Kobe Bryant in an NBA game. Oftentimes now they don't tell you that the player wore the patch. They just said used in an NBA, or they say in an official game like NHL, whatever. They don't say that the player wore it. Here it says the player wore it. Like this is as good as it gets for certification. I love this. I love it. 15.25 on that. I'd put that in my shopping cart too. Here's a Larry Bird exquisite art patch auto for $1,475. Like that's what I'm looking for. You know, when I'm shopping for basketball cards and football cards and baseball cards right now, I'm looking for patches, auto patches. And if I can get them exquisite for basketball, football, like talk to me. What a great looking piece. That's got to be game used, right? Yeah. Worn by Larry Bird in an NBA game. Like that language has gotten really hard to find on sports cards anymore. They just aren't willing to say that. This card says it, and I love it. Full body shot, game used jersey, lots of hollow foil, great auto, well placed, Perfect card right here. I think it's perfect. BGS 9 1470. Yeah, put that in my shopping cart. Here's an exquisite collection, scripted swatches, Magic Johnson, numbered 8 of 25. So you're getting the jersey and the auto on the jersey. PSA 7, 8 on the auto. Like, why 8 on? He was signing on mesh. What's wrong with that auto? It looks auto looks perfect to me. It literally looks perfect to me. Is it because like he almost avoided the holes perfect? Well, okay, maybe not. Like, why? Why is that not a 10 auto? It looks great. I think he couldn't have done any better. So silly. So silly. Couple more mem pieces. I just love all these mem pieces. Kobe Bryant, exquisite patch, 1 of 10. Dual patch. Michael Jordan, exquisite dual jersey out of 23. These are awesome. And a dual auto Rodman Jordan, $8,250, also from Exquisite. There's the Steph Curry, Topps Gold out of 2009, PSA 8 at 5,500. Now, this card caught me by surprise. Dual auto here, Kobe LeBron. It's a UD Ballpark spokesman card. BGS 7 on the card, 10 on the auto. And I'm looking like, wait, what's wrong with that auto? But you look closer and you can see that's actually like a silver pen. That auto is perfect. Nothing wrong with that auto. At first glimpse, it looks like it could be faded, but it's not. Just a different. Oh, that's a sticker, I think. Yeah, that's a sticker auto on the LeBron. Oh, there. So it is 2 on the Kobe. Those are both sticker autos. Let's get out of there. MJ Goodwin Champions auto, PSA 9. Or sorry, PSA 8. Sitting at 5,250. Auto looks perfect. Here's a flawless Allen Iverson patch auto at a 25 at 4,800. Beautiful card. And a second-year Prism LeBron orange out of 60 BGS 9.5. Like 1425. You look at what many Prisms sell for. This is pretty cheap, I think. Select Gold Kobe patch auto out of 10, 8.5. Cool card. Wilt cut auto and Eminence out of 10, 5,500 bucks. And look at this beautiful Shaq card here. Patch auto, Panini National Treasures Colossal patch, huge patch. What does it say about the patch though? Let's see. Do they know what it is? The enclosed game worn material. I just wish they told you who it was worn by, but that's that leap of faith scenario that we talk about. Here's an Eminence Kobe Diamond Gems auto 3 of 3, 6,250. Also like this Steph Noir sneaker spotlight card out of 49. That's a nice looking card. If you want to see what kind of shoe he wears, there you go. That's a beauty. Huge Wembanyama Nike logo patch, 11 grand for the 101 from Eminence. And then this Kevin Durant, I just wanted to see, like, is there any picture of him? Okay, at least his picture's on the back. That's good, but we don't really display card back so much, right? This is just an interesting concept that Panini came out with. I guess they, when you need more and more hits for your product, you come up with some pretty neat ideas, and this is one of them, I think, where it's like, hey, we need something else, and let's just throw a picture of the logo in there, put some lab created diamonds on there, call it a 101, and there's a manufactured hit. Well done, Panini. 2,600. And this is awesome. Hey, 2024 Panini Prism Black Color Blast Duels Curry and LeBron. PSA 10, Pop 9, $23,500. This card's awesome. Like, I think it's just gorgeous. Steph Curry, LeBron James, Cavs, Warriors. I mean, I prefer he was pictured on the Lakers. That's the only way I would want it. Awesome card. I love what appears to be the Larry O'Brien trophy. Lots of gold color coming out, blasting out of the card. What a beauty. 23.5. All right, that takes us to the end of basketball. So let's hover on hockey for a moment. Going back to comments, guys. Back to comments. I got to see where we left off. Let's see. Oh, we were talking about the first card, the first jersey card. Yes. Turpin Forster says that's true. PSA standards are a lot stricter now. They certainly are. What's up, Rob? Molico says, still wish the Lakers had the same logo from that 61 Fleer, right? Wilt the tilt, Len. Wilt the tilt. That's good. That is good. Hello, Orlando. Good to see you, buddy. Welcome, welcome. Happy birthday. Ray from Philly, what's up? Living in Alpharetta says, if that 96 refractor didn't green, it would be one of my favorite 90s MJs. No doubt. Molico, how the border should be on the star. Right, right. Ray from Philly says, let's see if that Jordan gets into the Basketball Card Hall of Fame tomorrow. Oh, I've got my votes in. I got my votes in for the Basketball Hall of Fame, guys. Do you? Or did you? Is it too late now, Ray? Is that done? Is the bid? I think the bidding closes today. I think it closed today. What's up, ER Hobbies? That's my buddy Mike, my local LCS. What's up, buddy? Jason Blanchard says, I have a card I'd love to send to auction. And you're getting, well, maybe your card isn't worth what you think it is, but Jason Blanchard, if you're getting lowballed all day, but reach out to me directly if you'd like me to help you get it sold. Greg says, we have similar taste. I love it, Greg. How are you, buddy? Molico says, PSA is crazy with auto grades a lot. They penalize the grade because of the material, and that is not right, in my opinion. We share that opinion, Molico. I completely agree. Blanchard, if an out of 5 Messi pops up on here, let me know. I do have some soccer cards on the list tonight. Shaq's big belly touched that jersey. Linda's first says, imagine the prism. That prism with the Stanley Cup and having Sid and Mario. Oh, yes. Imagine that, huh? Imagine that. What's up, Pleasure Point? Joe Perot. Good to see you, buddy. All right, let's look at hockey now, guys. It's always fun to put the 1980 Gretzky, Opeachy, and Topps beside each other because now you can see what the difference is. The cards are basically the exact same, except that the yellow name part is blacked out. So, back in the 80s, kids would have to scratch that off to see who the player was underneath. You could also turn the card over to see that, though. But we have 2 9s. They look to be graded, in close proximity to each other. Let's have a look at the Opeachy and just check out let's assess the condition here. Centering. It's a bit low. This one's a bit low on the card. That top border is thicker than usual. And I'm sensing some minor counterclockwise tilt. It's minor, but you know how picky I am about that. So I'm going to keep on mentioning it, guys. I'm sorry if I sound like a broken record, but I can't help it. It's just how I look at cards. The back's beautiful. Like, look at the yellow all the way to the extreme endpoint to those corners. Back's basically perfect from what I can see as quickly as I looked at it. The front is fine, except for it's just minor centering. This is easily a 9. In my opinion, easily a 9. No criticism on PSA for the grade on that one. Let's look at the Topps copy now. And I just want to see, too, 47133 And this one is 4. Yeah, well, close enough in proximity. They're both in the 4s. Here are the Topps. Oh, yeah. See, this one I think is better. This one, the centering, the top. Wow. I think this is, it's maybe like a hair high, but this is beautifully centered. I do like when the black layer is more solid and there's less yellow showing through, but it is what it is. It's not the end of the world. If you're, that's something all the power to you. If you want to wait for a copy that is completely blacked out, do it. I mean, I probably would myself if I was going to take my time. If this was that important of a card to me, I would. But this is still an amazing copy. And I think, I'm sensing a very minor clockwise tilt, very minor, but this card is clean. Centering is almost perfect. Reverse, you can see the back is, the colors are much more subdued versus the Opeachy. There's a few fisheyes here, little minor surface imperfections, but that's a great looking card. Again, I have no issue with these. I think PSA nailed it on the grade. I think 9 is fair for that. Here's a PSA 8 Lemieux Opeachy rookie. And I love this card, the Lemieux rookie. there's just so many of them that, you can wait whatever grade point you want, price point. You can probably find a centered copy. If that's important to you, it might not be so important to you like it is to many people. It's important to me. And this copy is just, it's shifted to the right enough that you can really, it's like a 60-40 kind of centering, I'd say. Slight clockwise tilt, I think, like that left border widens slightly as you go up, but it's minor. It's a great copy. Well, look at that though. That right there. That bothers me. The reverse. So does that on the listen, we're zoomed in. You zoom out, you don't notice it nearly as much. So we are being picky. Oh, look at this. This sort of almost like a print line across the back. I don't know what that is. What caused? I've never really seen something like that before on the card. So yeah, I don't know about this one. I'd stay away from this copy. Actually, I wouldn't. I don't know. It's like a week 8. It's a week 8 to me. So have at her. This 98 Bowman's Best certified Jagger auto, it's $175 right now. It's a PSA 9, pop 10, one higher. Makes it a pretty rare card. The reason why I'm even showcasing it is because it's just the photography on this is terrible. You can barely see that there's an autograph on there, but it is on there. And this card is actually really nice in person. Just that Fanatics Collect's photography department doesn't maximize the appeal of this card. I wouldn't sell this card on Fanatics if I were a consigner because of this. I think Fanatics needs to fix that. That's it's just not fair. Just not fair. It does not help you sell the card. It hurts. It'll hurt the sale of the card, I believe, that image. So oh no, I just lost the hockey. Okay, hold on, guys. We're gonna bring it back up really quick. We're going to sort by earliest year, and that'll get us back where we were. Okay, here we are. So that was this Yager here. Now look at these multi-auto cards. We got an 02 SP Authentic Sign of the Times triple of Gretzky, Howe, and Orr. That's the triple, guys. You maybe would want to add Mario Lemieux on there for a fourth, but this is the key triple auto in hockey. In all of hockey ever, this is the one. This is the 3 guys. Now, if I'm going to nitpick, and I will, it's a BGS 9 great. The autos look wonderful. No nitpicking on. So my nitpicking has nothing to do with the card. Although Mr. Hockey Gordie Howe looks like he had to kind of go over the 9 a second time. That's fine. It's still his auto. These autos are beautiful. My only nitpick is that none of them are where, like, I'd want Gretzky to be in the Oilers or Howe to be on the Red Wings, not in a suit, or to be on the Bruins, not in a suit. But this is like, I think I said this last time we saw. This is like a picture of Bobby Orr coaching the All-Star game. I don't know what this is. This is Gordie Howe at an awards event, and at least Gretzky's in a game action pose. But so I would rather have them in their uniforms, like action shots, even if it's just the head. But even if it's just their heads, but that's still a super cool card. And then this quad auto jersey, not just quad auto, but you also have pieces of game used jerseys for these players. And here you've got Gretzky and Howe. Autos are great. You got Lemieux. The auto's harder to see over the dark jersey. And they got Messier. Only 5 copies, 4 or 5. Great card here. And listen, remember I said it's Gretzky, Howe, and Orr. Okay. Now, if you're going to take any of those 3 guys off and replace them with somebody, it's going to be Mario Lemieux. So you take off the defenseman, the only non-forward in that trio being Orr, you replace him with Lemieux, and then you throw on Mark Messier, who's like one of the all-time greatest players in the history of the sport. Like, Messier is a top 10 player in the history of hockey. Well, that might be pushing it a little bit, but he's like a top, what is he, the 2nd or 3rd all-time leading scorer in the NHL history? So he's a beast of a player. He's got 5 Stanley Cups, maybe 6. Is it 6 Stanley Cups actually? Yeah, 5 with the Oilers and one with the Rangers. She's got 6 Stanley Cups. Malko, you're saying top 15? Yeah, okay. I buy in. I buy into that. This is a great card. Like, it's almost, it's not the second best quad you could have. Well, you replace Messier with Orr, and that's the best quad, I believe, in hockey. What do you do next? Yeah, maybe Messier is. there's other guys. There's Maurice Richard, and there's Beliveau, and there's Crosby, Patrick Waugh. Some would argue if you want to throw a goalie on there. But in any event, it's a great card. These are awesome, both of them. Marks of Distinction, Gordie Howe, BGS 9. These are numbered at 25. They're beautiful cards. Great auto there at $350. Good price. Another Messi auto paired with Gretzky here from SP Authentic, Sign of the Times, out of 25. BGS 95 at 1200. Is that Messi auto faded? What's going on here? Yeah, like the Gretzky auto is pretty good, but that Messi auto is a mess. Yeah, like no thank you. I would not buy this card for my collection. That's for sure. Again, no faded auto. I have the no faded auto policy, guys. Here's the Ovechkin Platinum Portraits, the first of the Platinum Portrait comebacks in hockey. PSA 10, pop 5, $1,000. Love it. Love it. A trio of Connor Bedards. We've got the Retro Future Watch auto out of $199. It's a PSA 9. Now, keep in mind, his actual Future Watch auto is out of $999. It has 5 times the print run, and you'll find this cheaper. You'll have to see what you want there. Acetate, SP Authentic Acetate, Connor Bedard rookie PSA 9, $575. Pretty cool card. And here's his Future Watch, his SP Authentic Future Watch auto patch out of 100. Only problem is it's got the worst possible patch you could get. At least it's got some texture to it, but you want color there, ideally speaking. So this should go really cheap for one of these, $2,700. I think they're going over 5 figures for the multicolor pieces. Logan Cooley, this guy is the real deal. 2020, and he's from the same rookie class as Bedard. Nice 3-color patch here on the SB Game Used RPA. Kaprizov Splendor, numbered out of 36. It's a nice patch. It's got part of the forest from the Minnesota Wild logo. Looks like a tree right there. Decent on-card auto. And this guy didn't have many on-card autos in his rookie year. A lot of them were stickers, like his Cup RPA is a sticker, among others. So non-rookie year Kaprizovs with on-card autos can be that much more enticing, especially to a collector like myself. Here's the rookie year Bedard doubloons, PSA 9 at $260. Like that seems like a great buy. So any of you gonna grab that? Because that's a, if you want to get a Bedard rookie and you don't want to get the young guns that everybody else has on your street, and you don't want to spend 4 or 5 figures on one, and you don't mind inserts. I'm not saying it's a rookie card, but it's a rookie year card, and to me that's good enough. It's a great opportunity. And doubloons they're tough, really very lean pack odds on those. They're not numbered, but they're very lean pack odds. And here's a Michkov Young Guns High Gloss. These are the Young Guns parallel out of 10. It has lineage going back to 05, and it's maybe even earlier. Did they even have high glosses before 05? They someone, I'm sure you guys can remember that. But 15 and a quarter, pop one none higher. And Michkov's also the real deal. Michkov and Demidov are kind of the new Malkin and Ovechkin for me. Because back in 05, 06, you had Malkin and Ovechkin come into the league. And those were the 2 best Russians of the era, really. And, you got Kucherov, of course. He's great too, but, he's younger. And now you got Michkov and Demidov of the Habs, the Montreal Canadiens. And those guys are kind of holding it out for they're representing the Russians pretty well, who've always been well represented in hockey. All right. The 5-minute window starts in about a minute, guys. In the meantime, let's have a look at what you guys are talking about. Where did we leave off? Messi, Shaq's big belly, Stefan Braun, good Bob Boozle, good NBA Finals rival card, absolutely. Oh, there we left off with Joe entering the chat. Linda's first says hockey. I love this card. But from the booze, Bob Boozle says science news alert: NASA to replicate Jeremy Lee eyesight for next generation telescope. That won't be good. That won't be good. I need good zoom quality for that, Boozle. Bob Boozle says Mr. Hockey has too much forehead compared to the other guys. Yeah, well, he was losing his hair. How about me? Look at all that forehead. The quad looks good. Yes, it does. Top 7. Anony is saying Messier is top 7. All right. All right. Dan Brown says Gordie Howe, very undervalued. Yeah. Yeah. He's like the Mantle. He's hockey's Mickey Mantle, Gordie Howe. Moloko says, how that dual auto got a 10 is criminal. I didn't even notice it got a 10. Hold on. What happened to, did I close out? Where'd hockey go? What am I missing here? Basketball. Did I close out hockey by mistake? I want to go see that again. So hold on, guys. Let's just open that up. Okay, where is that? Oh, yeah, look at that. Yeah, I did. Moloko, I was so like turned off by it. I didn't even look at the autograph grade. So the question is, this card's from 2013. I don't know when this was graded, but that's the thing about autograph grades. They're only good like on the day that you get them done, and maybe for a month after that. After that, the autograph grade should expire. Or people that take care of their cards and don't put them out in the sun, then they don't expire, but you have to use your judgment. Autograph grades are one of the most misleading, and not like I'm not saying that grading companies go out to mislead people. I'm just saying that a function or a result of what they're doing is that it can mislead people who don't understand that you have to look at the card too. I still think there's too many people in this hobby that don't even look at what they just look at the number, and that's all they need to know. And on the one hand, I'm like, well, it serves you right, but on the other hand, I'm like, too bad that you need to learn. You might not have learned, or you might just not understand, and so it sucks. It sucks. Just shows you how different inks age, says Linda's first. Yeah, that could be a definite factor too, right? Dog food soup. What up, Chris? Canucks fans aren't familiar with Messier. Did he? they hate Messier out in Vancouver. Moloko says my autos all remain nice and bold, and he says agree. It is to a fault that people only look at the number. Yeah. It's just that's why watch some sports cards live, and we will help you learn. All right, 57 tops. Johnny Unitas. I love the card. Used to own one, don't anymore. Actually, recently picked up his 58, which I love, and I probably am okay with that. But this is it's almost like two cards in one, but of the same player versus a multiplayer rookie like the Nolan Ryan Kuzman as an example. But this is a PSA 5. It's not perfect. The corners have the 3 of the 4 corners have a bit of touch, but the image overall looks really good to me. A little faded in the orange up over here, but not too bad. It's off center, of course, but hey, if you're looking for an average 5, this looks good to me. For a 5, I'm not saying I'd want it. I'd want a better centered 5, but it's not bad. 588. Oh, sold. Okay, we're not going to talk about the sold cards. Jim Brown, 4.5. This looked like a nice 4.5 to me. The black is pretty solid. Centering is centering. It's to the left, a little bit high, but good image of Jim Brown. Great color. Yeah, it's a fair 4.5, $1,100. Montana sold 1150. This is just the Barry Sanders Metal Universe base card, PSA 10. Oh, it's a Wolverine. What is it? With Wolverine in the background? That's awesome. Marvel Metal Universe. This is where they just, I guess, just started when the designers who were I believe, if I remember what Gene McLeod has told me before, was that they were working on Marvel and they took a lot of the ideas they had there and applied them to football, baseball, basketball, but so much so that they even had Wolverine on here. They didn't do that in baseball and basketball that I'm aware of, or hockey, and they did a hockey set too. Brett Favre, PMG Red, PSA 7 at 72.50. That seems pretty decent. Emmett Smith, Star Rubies out of 50 at 3,000 for a CGC 8. I want to see the CGC grading for a second. Let's just have a look at this card. CGC graders are very seasoned graders. Yeah, I see chipping. The top right corner's missing a bit of the surface. Light chipping on the borders, both left and right. Bottom edge and corners looks pretty good. 8's probably the fair grade. Although, PSA would probably give it a 6 nowadays. Yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. It's an 8. Nice card. Manning PMG gold out of 50. $15,000. Second year card, Pop 7, one higher in PSA 8, $15,000, guys. Joe Montana, passing the torch auto, numbered out of 1500. Beautiful auto. This has the 10-10 grade, 10 on the auto, 10 on the card. Let's look at the auto. Oh, wow, it's perfect. Like, wow, is that perfect? Look at that. That's better. That's an 11, guys. That is an absolute 11 on the auto. Card wise, yeah, I'm seeing touches of white on some corners, but I guess they allow that now for PSA 10s. The only thing, oh, and look at that, number 10 of 1500. So this is a 10-10-10. 10-10. Oh my, it's a quad 10, guys. Holy moly. Holy moly. Look what we just found here. Come right down this right column. 10, 10. If only the card was numbered 10 in the set and was from 2010, you'd have 10, 10, 10, 10, 10 with 10 out of 1500 on the back. Holy, this is a card for the numerologists out there. But I always thought passing the torch were two-sided cards, multiplayer cards. I'm almost glad it isn't. This is a really cool card, though. And that auto is perfect. That auto is beyond perfect. Tom Brady, Fleer EX rookie with the tail. This is the Brady with the tail card. I'm sure you guys have, just to make sure you know. See this little, it looks like he's got a tail, right? Brady with a tail. Too bad they didn't notice that when they were choosing the image. Here's a nice Larry Fitz. Oh, this was a lot cheaper earlier today, this Fitzgerald. It's up to 2,800 now. But this is his SP Authentic Future Watch Auto Patch. Not Future Watch Auto Patch. His SP Authentic RPA. $2,800, BGS 9.5. That's a great card. Like, that's probably his best rookie, outside of some, real short print, non-mem, non-auto cards. Great Fitzgerald right there, guys. And this Brett Favre Ultimate Collection Super Jersey Patch. I love the looks of these cards. Only 15 copies, $990. If you like Brett, if you're a Favre collector, this is a must-have. Sold for $990 already. All right, there's a refractor Tom Brady out of 75 for $1,200. BGS 9.5. Beautiful red, white, and blue card right there. Aaron Rodgers Bowman Chrome Super Refractor 1 of 1 at $10,500. Great card. Oh, this card, I hate this card so much. I hate this card so much. Tom Brady, 2018 Panini Kaboom PSA 10. Why do I hate it? Because I owned this exact card. Maybe not this copy, but I owned this card in the PSA 10, and I sold my copy in June of 2020, I think for $350, guys. $350, and now it's 100 times that value. How did I miss out on that? 29,400. I sold, and when I sold mine, I mean, the population was even lower. Darn it, missed opportunity there, but that happens. 2021 National Treasures Colossal Laundry Tag, Dan Marino 101, $1,000 only. I wanted to look at the back of this card and just see if this is game used. And I don't know if it is yet, but cool tags, on-card auto. What does this tell us? The enclosed player-worn used material. So player-worn, I really don't know what that means. And I don't know if anybody knows what that means. All right, let's clean this up a little bit. And then finally, a Eminence Shield Gold Bar Joe Montana Auto 2 of 2 is at $4,300. We already saw one beautiful Joe Montana auto. Let's see if this one is as nice. I mean, that black auto was just perfect. No, this one's not as nice, but it's still pretty good. Just right there. A little bit of an issue right there, but no big deal. Number 2 of 2. Gold, 14 karat gold in the card. That's kind of sweet. Nice looking piece. 4,300 right now on that one. All right, I'm going to go to comments now, guys. I'm going to go back to comments. Let's just hover. Let's see, where do we want to hover? No, we'll just hover wherever. We'll hover over here. But I want to go to comments, and we're going to see what's been selling. All right, we left off on Canucks fans do not like Mark Messier. Boozle, lighten up the chat here. Prices went kaboom after Jeremy. Yeah, they did go kaboom after I sold my card, no doubt. Malco says, do not think there was a Nike in Merino years. LOL. Not KMUs. There you go. That makes sense. Yeah, busted. Well, at least they say player worn. They didn't try to pass it off as game use. So we got to give them that. All right, let's have a look at some non-main sport. I got I brought up the Jim Thorpe. This was for Joe Perot. He loves this card. He loves the Jim Thorpe. This is an SGC 1. Oh, no, I didn't realize earlier, but this has a lot of paper loss near the top. The image of Jim looks good, though. But with all that paper loss, it's definitely going to grade low. Paper loss on the reverse as well. Lots of staining. Maybe a bit of a coffee spill at some point. I kid. I don't know. 1530 on that. The Pele Aquarella PSA 4 does 5,400. This was interesting. Tough Stuff. I mean, if you guys remember Tough Stuff magazine, the oversized price guide, that was such a fun magazine. This is the Tough Stuff postcards from 1991. PSA 10 Pop 2 Michael Jordan sells for 1,830. That's a low pop for any slabbed Michael Jordan item. Let's have a look at the back of it. That's a postcard. Look at that. Beauty. 1830. I wonder if I know the buyer of that. And then a couple of Tiger Woods autos, both beautiful cards. SP Game Use Scorecard Signature does 3,360. PSA 10. And then the card beside it does almost 3 times the price. Is that simply because of the 10-10, 10 on the card, 10 on the auto? Is that because the auto graded at 10? Is someone willing to spend over $5,000 more? Let's look at this auto. Is this auto not going to grade a 10 as well? Oh, maybe not. This auto does have some issues. As long as those issues are on the card and not the slab, then I can understand. I can understand it in that case. Because this auto, let's have a look at this one. Gorgeous. Gorgeous auto. Not as nice as that Joe Montana, but still very nice. It's a nice looking card as well. That old Gaudi motif. Pretty nice. All right. All right. What's going on? Not much more in the chat. Oh, Gennady won a card. Congratulations. What'd you win? What'd you win, Gennady? Bob Boozle would prefer the SP Tiger. Oh, never mind. After seeing it up close. Yeah, there were some issues there, Boozle. There were some issues. All right. Everything has been sold now. Let's see. 16.8 on the Babe Ruth. 15.30 on the Ott. 32.40 on the Williams. 10.8 on the Jackie Auto. 27.60 on the Musial. 4,200 on the Ted Williams. 9,600 on Jackie, 27.60 on the Mick, 31.20 on Satch. The overgraded Ernie Banks, guys, it is overgraded, does 28.2, while the Barra does 14.4. I mean, this was down at $15,000 when we started. It got bid up. This is a set registry thing. They don't care a lot of set registry collectors just don't care about the card. They just care about the label. So good for them. They got their 9. Koufax rookie does 38.40. Ted Williams, 552, not a bad price. 504 on the second year Reggie, 504 on the Johnny Bench. That's a tough card. 3,000 on the Gwynn, 10.5 on the Griffey, 3,900 on the Griffey jersey, 2,400 on the Thomas out of 25. Mark McGuire, Essential Credentials, 38.40. The Griffey Lynchpins, the first one did 16.50, and the second one also did 16.50. The Bonds Starquest Gold, 6,000 and counting, and the Griffey Superscript from MVP out of 25 does 2,070. So it's only the Bonds remaining. Everything else is sold. Sorry, hold on. I'm going to go slower here. No, the Frank Thomas is still going. I didn't realize that. So is the Griffey jersey. Sold. Everything else is sold. On page 2, just the Shohei sold for 84,000. The Mickey Mantle refractor still going at 3,400, as is the Chipper Jones. I'm going to go to this page. I'm going to refresh it, and that should give us just those, right? So we can now get rid of this page. Basketball, the Bill Russell 2190, the horribly centered Wilt does 10.5. 480 for the Maravich, 2220 on the PSA 10 Dr. J, 1,050 on the Meltdown, 8,700 on the Kobe rookie. This one is still going. MJ Full Court Trap does 6,000 in PSA 9. Sold. So 810 on the Kobe Planet Metal. 32. Oh, that Shaq has doubled in value since I sold my copy to 32.40, or at least doubled in value relative to tonight. Ray Allen, 2130. 2880 on Competitive Advantage, 4440 on MJ Star Power Supreme. The Shaq Atomic does 1800. I wish I would have bought that. I love it. I love it. Kobe Duncan Go Nuts 6600. Kobe Essential Credentials 15,000. David Robinson Horror Movie does 3120. Apparitions Shaq 4680. A Beauty the Round Ball Royalty 1230. StarQuest Green MJ 3480. 1710 on the EX Exceptional. Kobe, the Kobe Anniversary Platinum does 1410, and the MJ Refractor does $810. Great cards. Great card. Let's refresh this guy. What are we left with now? Oh, just these four with the Shaq Colossal at 4,200, the Wilt Auto 7,250. So what did we? Is that it? I guess the other one. Oh, that's what we have left in basketball that we were watching. Hockey wise, 420 on the Gordie Howe Marks of Distinction, 1530 on the Dual Auto with a faded Messier. The doubloons Bedard is still going. The Topps second year Gretzky does 1410, and the Opeachy does 2100. They're sorry, did I say PSA 10? They're both PSA 9s. Bedard Acetate Future Watch 690. And the triple, what happened to the quad auto? Did I refresh something by accident? What happened to the quad auto? Darn it, didn't see what it sold for. But the triple here does 11-1. It's like it auto refreshed for me or something. And now I'm only getting that card? What the heck? All right, I don't know. The system's messing with me today, guys. 5160 on the Montana Gold Bar. 29.4, we saw that. These have all been sold. Okay, I'm just going to refresh and see what we're left with here. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just go to watching, and I'm going to choose everything. What? Why is it not showing me any cards here, guys? Do I have the right? I have 197 selected. I have open items watching, and it's not showing me any cards yet. We know that there are some. So something's wonky with the search system here on Fanatics, at least for me right now. I don't know if anyone else is experiencing that. Okay, Griffey Jr. 97 game jersey sells for 46.80. The Barry Bonds StarQuest Gold does 7,200. And the last three cards are still going, including Chipper Jones out of 8, which I thought was too cheap before. It's not as cheap now at 19.25. That must have been under $1,000 or right around $1,000 when we last looked at it. So it's doing okay now. And the Thomas is doing okay at 2,400. But there's no other page. No vintage has all been sold. Basketball. That's it too on basketball, huh? 1,200 on the 101 reprint. 2,900 on the Kobe dual patch. The Eminence Wilt. It's like a cut auto, 7,250. 42 on that Shaq. Nothing else for hockey, huh? What if we do closed? Okay, there we go. So let's see. These have all been, there's the quad. It did 8,700. Okay, so we figured out. We just hit closed. Should have known. The Michkov high gloss 1830. That's way too cheap. What happened there? I think that's is it because it's a BGS 9? People hate BGS that much? That's too cheap for a high gloss. What happened there, guys? That's so weird. That's too cheap. That's way too cheap. I don't know. Maybe I'm just totally missing the point on that, but 600 on the Kaprizov, 408 on the Cooley, right? Sold. Yeah, these have all sold, of course. 210 on the Jagger auto there. I mean, that's just that's got to be a function of the image. It's just a terrible picture of the card. I wish Fanatics would rectify that. Okay, we'll close out of there now. Basketball closed. All right, let's see what we want to look at here. Anything jump? I'm just going to scroll through, guys. If anything jumps out, you just let yourself know, because I might not see it. 3840 on the Suns logo, 13.8 on the Nike swoosh. Oh, we didn't even look at this. This is a great Steph Curry card. Look at that huge patch. That huge NT Timeless Materials patch. Like, what a great one of one. Oh, what a great card. What a great Steph that is. Hey, Joe, isn't that awesome? Oh, that's a great card. That would have gone nicely with the Brady from last week. Remember that Brady from last week with the NFL? I forget what it was called now. It was a Panini card. Oh, that would have gone great with this Steph. What a beauty. $6,900 on that one. And then, are there more? Let's go to page 1. Okay, we can go to page 1 now and see what else we might have missed here. Oh, we saw most of this. Yeah, I think we saw most of this stuff already. In 1890 on this Kobe. I love it. Love that Kobe. Okay, so now we will just, in basketball, go back to open. Nothing left, so it's all sold. Okay, we're going to close basketball together. Well, no, it's not. This is still going, Fanatics. This is still going. It's not. It's a 12 and a quarter. So 2 basketball cards left. The Frank Thomas Super Rave sold for $28.80, and the Mantle Refractor Tribute, whatever we're calling it, did $4,080. Reprint, I guess. $4,080. Amazing. Chipper Jones is still going. I like to see that. So 1 chipper left. 2 basketball cards. Football. The Brett Favre PMG Red did 10.5. The Manning PMG Gold, which is not called gold, I just call it that, did 19.2. Oh, not game used, Joe. Not game used. All right. Who cares? $6,900. I'll just, maybe I'd pay $69. I'd pay I wouldn't pay $690 for that now if it's not game used. I would not pay $690 even if it's a 101, but I would pay $69 for it. And 13.8 for the Rogers Refractor, or sorry, Superfractor. And the Dan Marino auto with the player worn tag is at 12 and a quarter. So just 2 football cards left, I believe. Do we have another page? No more pages of that. Let's refresh this guy. 2 cards there, nothing there. So that's about it. The 1 baseball card, chippers at 1950. Those 2 and this one. And those 2 there. Not game U. What about hockey, though? Let me just quickly go to hockey. We'll take football off, and we're down to just the doubloons. Berard, I think that's still at a smoking deal. And if we go to closed on hockey, did we miss anything there? No, we already did this one, so we're good there. Okay. All right, guys. I think that might be about it for tonight. Wrap this up a few minutes early. We will let these cards end on their own. And boom. Thanks for joining, guys. This was fun. Lots of great cards. Hope you had fun. It's Sunday night, so wishing everybody a pleasant end to the weekend and a nice weekend, a nice week ahead, a good week ahead. We head into Halloween. We will be back here. I don't think there's any shows on the channel during the week. Let me check my calendar quickly. I don't think I have anything scheduled this week as far as live streams go. However, Leighton Sheldon and I will be recording the Vintage Spotlight on Tuesday, and that will be launching on the Vintage Spotlight YouTube channel and podcast this week ahead. Thank you, everybody. Bob Boozle is congratulating all the winners tonight. I didn't buy anything tonight, but congratulations, everybody. The Currency Project, good to see you. Check out their page, guys, on Instagram. These guys do great work. I have one of their cards up on my shelf that way. Love it. Laura, thank you for joining, Laura. Good to see you. Good to see your name. It's good to see your guys' names in the chat. I don't get to see you so much, but it's good to see your name. So thanks for joining, especially if you're here last night too. It's a lot of content. We did 3.5 hours last night, 1.5 tonight. Having fun. We're having fun. And we did 5 hours back on Thursday, me and Adam on the Fanatics premiere auction. 5 hours we went for. Good night, Linda's first. Thank you for being here. Dog Food Soup. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for joining. That'll be it. I'm going to go, guys. Have a great week ahead. We'll see you next Saturday here on the channel. And happy Halloween. Good night.
Thanks for tuning in and being a part of the Sports Cards Live community. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and most of all, keep collecting. More great content to come. Sports Cards is a lifestyle.